If you recall from Professor Danaher's lessons on guard retention, you'll remember that staying centerline to centerline with your partner is a great baseline for checking in on whether or not your guard is retained. We can deduce then that breaking a centerline to centerline relationship is great for the guard passer. Let's refer to this as challenging the centerline. To do this, ensure that your head and hips constantly seek out positions where they are on opposite sides of your training partner's centerline. The most extreme example of this, of course, is side control, where your head is on one side of your partner's centerline and your hips on the other. From here, we can parse two common and easy to miss mistakes that occur during guard passing. The first I will refer to as drift, and the second as tilt. Drift refers to instances where you inadvertently allow your head and hips to be on a single side of your partner's centerline. If instead you insist on keeping your head across the center line, you will make it much more challenging for your partner to alleviate the mounting pressure of a guard pass. However, be careful, as this can easily lead to a second failure in guard passing, that being tilt. By and large, you want your head to be above your hips when you are passing someone's guard. Failure to do so pitches you into a roll. And an unintentional roll is disastrous for a guard passer, as they can easily be knocked over and lose the top position. This, dearest friend, is tilt. The guard passer, generally in their efforts to correct for drift, tilts their body so that their head height is lower than their hip level. And this makes it very easy for the guard player to simply continue the momentum of the tilt and wind up in top position. This leads to great sadness. These two errors, drift and tilt, constitute two of the most common but also most easily avoided unforced errors that can occur in any guard passing tussle. From beginners to expert, drift and tilt occur. The difference is mostly that the magnitude of drift and tilt lowers as you go up in skill, but the consequences are absolutely much more severe, as any good filthy guard player will use drifting to immediately recompose their guard and tilting to swap from bottom to top position. In a recent video, I describe a progressive guard passing method of drilling. This is an excellent modality of drilling to improve your awareness of moments when you start to drift and or tilt, as you will have to contest your opponent's frames in subsequent turns. And it is in dealing with these turns and frames that inadvertent drifting and tilting will occur. If you enjoyed this video and the click feast, be sure to strangle the subscribe button and lasso your finger onto the like button. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a patron, as it is patrons who make these lessons possible. Since I totally forgot to read them in the last video, I'll read them twice here, yes twice here. Emi Nagata, Joel Tan Aristi, Mila M, and Popeye's Demise. Second time, Emi Nagata, Joel Tan Aristi, Mila M, and Popeye's Demise. I'll also leave some links for the progressive guard passing video and a link to John Danaher's guard retention video on BJJ Fanatics if you wanted to check them out.